He was saying that Kofi doesn't have a very good body, and Kofi said, "Look at you, looking like a broke ass Obi-Wan Kenobi." It's like he deserves to be put on the spot for that. You can't blame him for doing that.
Yeah.
Props to Kofi for doing that shit. Needs to be done.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say though that MAGA wrestlers, they're the new thing that these fans are looking out for. So they're making a list of all the MAGA wrestlers. Oh, this is why we can hate them. Okay, well, you should probably hate Stephanie Vaquer too because she's banging Miles Bourne. So just let you know.
Good point. Good point.
So, well, another
They got
Stephanie
Triple H
though.
in there. I mean, that's pretty crazy. They got Triple H. They're probably an AEW fan, so good for him, I guess. I don't know.
It is what it is. But yeah, they got a little list going, so that's where it's going. They obviously though are excited about Stephanie and her contributions she's saying on Stephanie's Places. So apparently she alluded to something a little bit more and said, IB said, "Stephanie not a spitter. Hashtag demon." Well, we've seen McLovin's super chats. We know Stephanie's a bit of a demon. She gets a little crazy, so to speak.
Yeah, we know what she's all about. We know the deal. But yeah. Yeah, no, I was just thinking about the Rocks box. Apparently it was an actual thing. They got to have some neckbeard somewhere, buy it out, lick it, like take a picture of him licking the inside of it and say, "I just licked the Rocks box."
Right? It's right there, man. It's right there.
Right fucking there.
It,
And then do at CM Punk or at Coach.
if there's a certain dead account out there that wants to gain some attention, this is the way to do it. Wink, wink.
Do it.
Just
Do
saying.
it. You
Just
could do
saying.
it. Or just like anybody, like any
How
smart,
great?
just go for it.
You know where our brains are going right now. You know the possibilities, and you know how awesome it would be. It would easily be one of his most viewed videos ever.
Or just any smart for that matter. Just fucking
Yes.
do it. That'd be great.
Yes. We don't even need to say the name. It's already in your brain. It's right there.
Really, yeah. Any smart would be a great way to go with that. But yeah, I mean, just the comedic possibilities you got with the Rocks box. Fuck, man, that's some funny stuff right there.
Fuck, even if EDP did a Rocks box review, that'd be awesome.
Oh God.
But I will say though that Beast is he's coming too. I tell you, these fans are a little slow. So they said, "Oh, LOL, I see it now. WWE hate us." Finally realized it.
Good.
Look how long it takes for them to realize. I'm glad that they're realizing, but look, this is why I've always pointed out that these people should not be listened to because they literally are slow. Like they prove how fucking slow they are. We say this shit months in advance. And then it usually takes them 3 to 6 months to be like, "Oh, they're not fucking idiots. They're actually telling the truth." Okay. You know?
Yeah, we're trying to tell you, but you don't want to listen. You want to go into your fucking Mark delusion. But we're here to keep the real. If you want to hear us keep the real, we're going to keep keeping the real. But if you're going to want delusion, listen to your favorite podcaster, and he'll lie to you and tell you bullshit, Bruce. So,
Yeah.
if you don't want to hear the truth, and listen to that podcaster. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, they listen to a lot of shitty podcasters out there. One of them that I can't stand. I cannot stand these guys at this point is Public Enemies podcast. Hulk Hogan lives in these retards' head. Like, this guy lives in their fucking head. It must be a quota right now for Public Enemies podcast to make one Hulk Hogan tweet a day. He's part of my gimmick. I gotta hate Hulk Hogan. Okay, well, it's not a gimmick. Every fucking liberal dork nerd hates Hulk Hogan. What's gonna make you stand out? You're just black what culture. How do you fucking stand out?
I mean, that's really what it is. It's just it's not going to stand out at all. I mean, it's not. And what this tweet got 83,000 likes, and Public Enemies podcast is. I mean, they're decently well known, so this is not all that great of a number performance. So I don't think it's having the effect that they wanted it to have. So
Yeah, well, I think just people are getting tired of the consistent Hulk Hogan hate over it. They're like, enough, dude. We get it. You hate Hulk Hogan. We fucking get it already. But yeah, these fans, they're psychopaths. And I will say though that these fans, they have crazy expectations. Like FTR was talking about his reflections on AEW. He said, "When I reflect on AEW, I'm reminded of its humble beginnings. The moment that stands out as my favorite in all Elite Wrestling history is undoubtedly Jon Moxley's debut at the inaugural Double or Nothing. What a moment it was!" And then he talks about all these stupid fucking tributes and shit in AEW. He really considers these fans to be his family. I feel bad for this guy. I'm betting you he's like one of those guys that has like Thanksgiving dinner with a bunch of fucking dummies and sex dolls. Like it's just a table full of fucking just stuffed people with fake smiles on their face. Oh man, I feel bad for the delusion of this guy. But I will say delusion comes to a lot of these fans. Now, if they aren't completely just insane, they're just perverted beyond all belief. So one person I didn't expect to see this perversion towards was The Miz. So Bianca said, Twitter broken. He can dump Fruit Loops in my ass and then shoot his something in there. Wow.
Ugh.
Wow. Holy cow. That's where they gone. Okay. But it gets even worse. Stassi said, when he sticks his dick in me, I'm going to imprint it into my pussy, my memory. With this knowledge, I'll mold an organic dildo from nature that I'll use every day, every millisecond, and I'll be coming and screaming his name so loud that the universe conclaves. Not concaves, conclaves.
Conclaves.
Conclaves, yes.
God.
Good Lord. All right. And this one is too much. This is a real thing, man, you. So, these fucking degenerates are having a bathroom orgy for Evolution. They're literally getting people together to suck dicks in the fucking bathroom. And it's being publicized.
Yeah, I mean they're out of their minds. They're crazy with this shit. I mean it is pretty disgusting that they're just out in the open with this shit, and they think it's funny. They think it's funny to do this shit, buddy. It's not funny. It's fucking freaky.
Well, especially since you can actually see them partaking in this and doing this. I guarantee you, there's going to be people walking into the level 4 bathrooms, and they're going to hear weird moaning and heavy breathing coming from the fucking handicap stalls. And they're probably going to call the cops. I would love it if there's just some huge fucking gay orgy ring bust that day, and they fucking bring in 20 neckbeards for blowing each other in the bathroom. You know, good. Go ahead and do this so you can get fucking arrested for this shit. Disgusting.
They honestly should be. It's just fucking gross.
That it is. But this is all we got left. We got the most disgusting, most depraved, nastiest fans out there. And one of them is Green Shirt Guy. And Green Shirt Guy, I don't know why this guy is such a superstar, but here he is with his own fucking intro at WrestleMania. Dude's built like a Koopa. Fuck.
Jesus.
Gotta do something about that. But yeah, this guy's a huge superstar, and you're probably wondering how he's always at all those shows, you know? Maybe he did something in the past with WWE and they found a way to make it up to him, you know? But a certain video recently surfaced about how he possibly got those seats.
People all over the world are talking about, where professional wrestler CM Punk runs into the crowd. First, he backhands a fan, then smacks him in the jaw. That fan is Charles Schmidt. I tracked him down outside security after the show.
Next thing you know, he comes at me, pops me, and my glasses go flying and I go down to the ground.
Watch closely now. You can see some fans heckling the superstar. Then you see Schmidt right behind him.
Did you touch him at all?
No, not at all.
Did you see somebody touch him?
I didn't see anybody touch him, but there were a rush of people.
The video shows what appears to be Schmidt touching the back of Punk's head. But take a closer look. The hand of another person actually touches the wrestler's head just before the blows. Here are some pictures. You can't really see any bruises, but Schmidt claims the confrontation broke his glasses.
And I did feel the tape go across the face.
The Sacramento County Sheriff's Department took a report, but says there won't be an investigation because the fan didn't want to press any charges and didn't appear to be injured. The WWE did release a statement saying WWE regrets that proper security measures were not in place, and CM Punk apologizes for reacting in the heat of the moment. Schmidt says he is a little upset with Punk, but really, he's just shocked. This is the moment people...
Crazy.
I mean,
so, who knows? I mean,
maybe they gave him tickets for life. Who knows?
Could be. So it's just one of those situations where, yeah, maybe he's like, hey, I'm not going to press charges, but you hook it up with the tickets. And maybe he got lifetime tickets thanks to that. Who knows? If that's the case, good for him. I will say that much. So now it is time for the ratings and how awful they are. So let's start out with WWE and Raw. How did Raw do?
Raw didn't do too good. So Raw last week did 2.7 million viewers globally. That is the second lowest viewership since it's moved to Netflix. So the fact that it's already hitting record lows, not a good sign. I mean, God, we're not even in summer yet, and it's already hitting record lows. It's going to make records. It's going to hit 2.4, 2.3. It may even get under 2 million viewers globally, which is pathetic. You know, and it goes to the argument that we've made is that like you can't use cord cutting as an excuse when Raw on Netflix is seeing some of its lowest viewership and it's losing half its audience in less than a month. Like it's not just cord cutting. It's also that it's a show that caters to a niche audience. And if you want to say, okay, but the massive crowds, well, yeah, okay. Compare a massive crowd to the audience that's watching at home. It's like 1% of the overall crowd. When you compare it, it's like 10,000 people relative to 1 million. Yeah. So
it's nothing really to tout about. And they make such a big deal about these just fake artificial numbers in this fake artificial world that we live in. And it's just, this is what we live for. We live to expose to you guys the truth. Because you're going to get a lot of lies nowadays, especially from mass media. They're going to lie to you constantly. And that's where we're going to just try to fill you in on what is right and what is truthful. And that's the fact of the matter is that, you know what, even with the global audience now, WWE is failing. Well, I mean, not too long ago, I remember people were ranting and raving, look at all the households they're going to get after the India Netflix deal. They're going to get 1 billion more households. Where are these billion more households? How come we don't have 1 billion and 2.5 million? How come we don't have that? How come it's just 2.6? And how come that's the only number we get for the entire world audience? You have to think about it. I mean, with all Netflix is worldwide. It is the biggest streaming platform behind a paywall. It's right behind YouTube. It is huge, and it's in just about every country. So there's no fucking excuse.
There really isn't. And, you know, I look at it like this, is that, you know, with the USA Network, you know, Monday Night Raw, or Raw was, and SmackDown now is the biggest show on that platform. So they're going to have a lot of leverage, whereas they had no leverage with Fox, and Fox booted them. They have no leverage with Netflix at all. Netflix can boot them if the juice is not worth the squeeze. And they're constantly asking for more and more shows to justify this big expensive contract. The problem with it is, and like it's going to get to a point where they're going to start putting pressure on Triple H for a better show, or like, you know, what's going on with the viewership? We're paying you a certain amount. We're expecting a certain performance. I think as long as they're in the top 10, they're going to be fine. But if the ratings keep dipping, if the viewership keeps dropping, and their position drops under top 10 for a prolonged period of time, you're going to get Netflix execs pissed. And we covered before the deal took effect that the Netflix executives are saying that they were expecting what they expect out of WWE with every other show. So WWE does not get some special exemption here. As long as it's performing well, they're fine. But if it starts to slip, and you know, we're seeing second lowest of all time already. So just
that they're making records, man. They're making records of shitty shows. I mean, Triple H is like, yeah, we're breaking records. He's not talking about the records that they're breaking, and the real records that they're breaking are historically bad ratings that we haven't seen in the longest time. I mean, even when Vince was mailing it in, we got better than this. This is just how bad it is right now. I mean, look at SmackDown. SmackDown was so unbelievably bad, and here you had all these people debuting. You had the Wyatt Six. You had all this shit going on. I mean, granted, we have last week's rating. We don't have this current one. But still, I guarantee you, it's not going to be much more than that. It's like, if we go off that, what is it for SmackDown? 1.29?
Yeah, that was with nothing going on.
You can't have much more of a pickup. I think with Wyatt 6, we might have a 1.5, if that.
I mean, very, very well possible. I mean, if you play it safe,